Кто предпочитает смотреть ролики на русском языке, найдет их на медицинском канале. Как правило, они выпускаются первыми и всего лишь на несколько минут раньше того ролика, который вы видите сейчас. Приятного просмотра!
In order for the pyramid to have its beneficial effect, it must be properly made and correctly oriented to the sides of the world. With apparent simplicity, the pyramid is inherently a complex field multifunctional device that can positively influence both the human body and its environment only if properly applied. The proportions of such a pyramid must correspond to the Great Pyramid at Giza, the Cheops pyramid that is. This is a regular four-sided pyramid, the sizes of which are chosen in the proportions of the golden section, which determine the angle of inclination of the edges of the pyramid 51 degrees 14 seconds, the same, like the water molecule, whose hydrogen bonds are ideally structured in the form of a pentapolymer. If you deviate from these proportions, the effect of the pyramid deteriorates. The pyramid can be closed or wireframe. It should be noted that some researchers believe that the trihedral pyramid is superior in its effectiveness tetrahedral. For the purpose of self-healing and health promotion, large and small pyramids can be used. They can be hollow inside, you can enter large ones, but they can be made from various minerals, the strongest pyramid of the shungite mineral. How quickly to make a pyramid, which would not interfere with the apartment, would quickly meet and easily understand. First, you can build them all in a small version and test their effectiveness as a test. After that, choose the best one for yourself and make a big pyramid. Types of large pyramids. 1. Three-sided pyramid of isosceles triangles. Thus, a three-dimensional space is formed. This is an ideal variant of three-dimensional space. 2. The classical Egyptian pyramid, several versions thereof, with sides of the square, base 157 by 157 mm and faces 157 by 150 by 150 mm. At the base of this pyramid, you can cut a hole 70 by 50 mm and put things there, water for recharging. To make a larger pyramid, take the indicated measurements in centimeters, inches, decimeters, etc. To make a collapsible pyramid, make 4 faces separately and put them one to the other, connecting them into a pyramid. Some experts say that it is enough to make a pyramid design from faces alone. Take the wire and make a pyramid out of it, and it works. It turns out that even drawings and photos of pyramids work. If you have a vivid imaginative thinking, you can do mentally a pyramid of any size above yourself. It is best to do this at night. If you do this regularly and for a long time, from a week onwards, then in space there will be a stable structure that will be beneficial for you. Small pyramids made of minerals can be bought. Acquire several, especially from the mineral that suits your horoscope. The neutral and most powerful mineral is shungite. After you choose the most suitable option for you, you can start creating a large collapsible pyramid. It is best to use matter and cords. For example, your most approached version of the Egyptian pyramid. In the room where you will put the dismountable pyramid, mark the bottom, the square in accordance with the sides of the world. Let's say the premise allows you to make a square with sides of 314 by 314 centimeters, double the classical shape of the Egyptian pyramid 157 by 2. In the corners of the square screws with ringlets. From the cloth and the rope, which will be the faces, make 4 triangular faces 314 by 300 by 300 centimeters. On the edges leave the ties, which tie the edges. 2 tie to the floor, and the third to the ceiling. To do this, screw in the ceiling screw with a ringlet. You have a large fabricated collapsible pyramid. Bending the line, you easily get inside. Sit down on a chair, stool and take a section. From the cloth and the rope, which will be the faces, make 4 triangular faces 314 by 300 by 300 centimeters. On the edges leave the ties, which tie the edges. 2 tie to the floor, and the third to the ceiling. After the end of the session, quickly dismantle the pyramid, twist the screws if they interfere. All the experts of the pyramids agree on the common opinion that for the best work the pyramid must be strictly oriented to the sides of the world. The home pyramid can have any dimensions, but the ratio of its height and the length of the base must be strictly defined, namely, the length of the base should exceed the height of the pyramid by 1.6 times with the simplified calculation, and 1.618 times with the specified one. This ratio corresponds to the proportion of the golden section, or harmonious division. Thus, multiplying the given height of the pyramid by 1.6 or 1.618, we get the length of its base. To determine the height of the side face, apophyma of the pyramid, it is necessary to multiply the specified height of the pyramid by 1.35. Ideally, the perimeter of the base of the pyramid, divided by its doubled height, yields a mathematical number pi 3.14, with an accuracy of 0.01. The angle of inclination of the edges of the pyramid is 51 degrees, 14 inches. It should be remembered that with the doubling of the height of the pyramid, the activity of its action increases in many, 50 to 100 or more, times. Therefore, if possible, set the pyramids with the maximum height. One of the side faces, not the edges, of the pyramid should be oriented with the help of a compass strictly north. If the deviation is 5 degrees, the pyramidal effects are significantly weakened, and if the deviation is 8 degrees, depending on the location of our planet, they can completely stop to be manifested. A well-known researcher of the pyramids, Gabriel Silva, for the manufacture of house pyramids, suggests the following formulas. Height equals base 1.570845, background equals height by 1.57845, rib equals height x1, 4946 apoph, EMA equals height x 1279. The pyramid should be located away from a variety of metal objects, heating batteries, water pipes, sewerage, various structures, tanks, electric motors, etc. Their impact violates the natural magnetic field of the Earth and thereby reduces the healing properties of the pyramid. Optimal is the distance from these objects that exceeds the double length of the side of the base of the pyramid, while the distance from any running electric motor should in any case be at least 2 meters. A small hollow pyramid can be made of cardboard, paper, organic glass, wood and other materials that are at hand. Make a hole in its base and put water, grass, razor sharpening blades and other items and substances for recharging into the pyramid. The parties need to be oriented strictly on the sides of the world and see how it works. If everything is in order, you can safely use all these materials in the manufacture of a large pyramid. The pyramid must be built without a single nail and without the use of other metals, which distort their field in the field of the pyramidal space. The energy of this space should be clean, without any distortion, then the healing properties of the pyramid will be maximal. The edges and internal walls of the pyramid must be smooth. In addition, its internal walls must be uniform in the structure of the material. According to some researchers, in order to direct the radiation of the field inside the pyramid, its outer surface must be covered with a carbon compound, and the higher the concentration of carbon compounds, the better. This can be any organics, from wood to silk. Small solid pyramids are recommended to be made of such natural materials as ceramics, shungite, rock crystal, quartz, nephrite, fluorite, etc. When choosing a material for the construction of the pyramid, it is very important to take into account that the pyramid's mass depends on its important characteristic, such as the density of the pyramid. The density of a pyramid is called its mass, weight, per unit of volume. The pyramid, which has very thin ribs and sides of the base, will not be able to form a sufficiently effective field. The density of the pyramid depends not only on its weight, but also on the degree of facing of the faces. A closed pyramid can function even if it has a minimum density, but its potential is also determined by the density. A closed pyramid of cardboard, and a closed pyramid, for example, made of wood, is far from the same. It is necessary to take into account that the maximum energy capabilities of all properly constructed and installed pyramids, large and small, have their internal space at the level of 1/3 to 2/3 of the height of the pyramid. All the rest of the space of the pyramids is energetically minimal, and accordingly the recoil is minimal. At a height of 1/3, 1/2 and 2/3 of the pyramid, the shelves are installed. At a height of 2/3 pyramids, water, natural medicines of any origin, oils, ointments and creams for internal and external use, except those containing copper, are placed on the shelves to activate it with healing energies. At an altitude of 1/2, aluminum foil and metals are activated. At a height of 1/3 in the center of the pyramid is the place corresponding to the chamber of the king of the Great Pyramid of Cheops, which is the point of the greatest concentration of energy. Here locate food products, grain, seeds before planting. Put blunt blades and knives for 24 hours for sharpening. At this height, and placed various objects of organic origin, flowers, plant shoots, fruits, vegetables, meat, plant essences and extracts. Homeopathic medicines are processed by the energy of the pyramid for a maximum of 4 hours, since they must preserve the so-called fine energy. The processing of these substances can be carried out every other day for 4 hours only. In these cases, such drugs gain maximum efficiency and high stability. Perhaps the optimal treatment of plant essences and their inert fillers, carried out a few days before their use. Friends, to strengthen the rejuvenation of the body, you must constantly look for new advanced methods and prescriptions for rejuvenation, and the medical channel will help you in this. And in order to receive timely valuable information, you need only a small effort. It's to press the red button under this video with the inscription, subscribe. There is an even more cunning method that will help you to be always aware of the current changes in the field of medicine. This is getting short announcements of outgoing videos on your smartphone, just a few minutes after they appear on YouTube. To use such a service to obtain information, you need to find a link to the Telegram channel in the description of this video, and as you guessed, subscribe to it too. In the meantime, I wish everyone good health, until we meet again on the medical channel.